Hello and welcome.
That was a bit Italian.
Hello and welcome. Hello and
welcome.
Guys, we'll get this done.
You did your voice earlier. It
was really good, wasn't
absolutely
it?
spot
Did
on.
he?
I thought it was you.
Take the piss.
No,
it was really
not,
good,
not
wasn't it?
taking
They
the
were
piss. It
recording.
was just good.
Oh,
What
what
did you
I
say? Hello, buddy, or something like that. Honestly,
Yeah,
I thought it was you.
It came in. You know, Mark always opens
Is
the
this
door really
recorded?
quickly as well. Then
That's recorded on this.
Yeah, not there, right. But this just looks visually nice. What do you think?
Okay.
Roger on Union 121. 34, 1-2-34, come in. 4, you're in route to the battery, suspect 318 East 3rd Street. Roger's on your screen, 318 East 3rd Street at in the parking lot.
Hello and welcome to Covert Coaching. I'm here with Mark and Rich, and today we are taking you on a journey. Okay, so 85-year-old Mark, 85-year-old Rich,
Yeah.
and 85-year-old Josh.
Oh. Do you think you still have hair when you're 85?
No,
You think you'll be bald?
No,
I
I'll
reckon still
have
have
it
a beard,
around.
He'll have no hair on his head, but still have a beard.
I'll have it around.
So if you
here.
turn his head upside down, it'll look fine.
That'd be great. And you just dribble on your chin.
But guys,
I
the
think
reason
Josh was going somewhere with
the reason for us being 85-year-old versions of ourselves here and now today
Yeah.
is not because of the beard or the hair,
No.
but at 85 years old, Rich, let's start with you. Okay, looking back on your life
From 85.
from the
Yeah.
85-year-old version of yourself,
Yep.
what would you see as the highlights and what would you see as the regrets?
I remember when I was 36 years old and we did a podcast about being 85-year-old. So I'm doing Inception here.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
a dream within a dream.
Highlights? Well, I don't know. I haven't done it yet, have I? What do you mean?
Okay, but this is you as you're an 85-year-old man.
So far,
here.
my highlights are getting a house,
Yeah.
moving to the seaside.
Yeah.
Saw Michael Jackson in concert once,
Yeah.
or more than once. I was there for about 4 hours.
I blinked.
I blinked a few times. Hopefully, by that point, do you mean by from now to then?
You're
This
an
is hard,
85-year-old
isn't it?
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're an
Oh,
85-year-old man here.
I would like to look back and say we've got a incredible Success4's been amazing. Like we've got video productions
So
going
did it-
on.
was it
short
amazing?
Film. It was. It's going to be. It is.
It is. You're 85 now. This is what I mean.
I would like to have a couple of children, healthy kids, healthy grandkids, enough time to spend with them, and I would like to have a business where we're all doing sort of what we
So
love.
at 85,
really.
you would still want to be in business, or
85. I very much doubt I know what's going on at 85. To be honest, to be fair to you.
He does
so? What was the highlight? What was looking back over your career? What was the highlight?
It was when we realised that we could do this for the rest of our days without worrying. There you go. It's a good answer, isn't it?
I like that. I like
it's
that.
about
What else?
Go to Mark.
No, I'm still interrogating you here.
I don't want to
Yeah.
be on the
Guys,
spot anymore.
this
I'm not liking
exercise,
it.
this exercise is uncomfortable, and there is pressure, and it's almost like, oh, what do I say? So this is the older version of yourself. This nothing is holding you back here and now in this moment. You can say whatever and watch it back. We'll watch this back when you're older. And you may be like, oh God, yeah. Do you know what? I did do that. And you know, even so, from where you are now, if you were to look back, 10 years ago, you know, there will be things that you've achieved within the last 10 years that maybe at the time you didn't think were possible. There may be things that you've not done in the last 10 years that you regret not doing as well. So
It's not that much, actually.
Yeah.
I regret doing things more than not doing things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to talk about them on a Success4 podcast.
I know we're not. But
So it's quite funny you say that, because a lot of people tend to say that they regret the things that they didn't do rather than they did do. So it's one of those things. When you're 85, looking back, would you prefer to say, oh, so regret that I didn't do this, I didn't do that, or would you, or would you rather regret saying, oh, I regret doing this, I regret this decision, I regret this decision?
I think the only regret I'm ever going to have is that I didn't enjoy it and take time to enjoy it and not stop worrying about it along the line. I concerned that I'll spend the rest of my days worrying, regardless of what happens. I don't like that feeling.
So
Does that make sense, man?
Yeah. Okay. So you said that there are times where you're not, maybe not present as such, so you're not in the moment, enjoying the process and things like this. So you're 85 now. Okay. You're looking back, and you've successfully done everything that you've wanted to do. Okay. And you know that there are times where things didn't go to plan, but there were a lot more times where they did go to plan. And you were able to enjoy the present moment, you were able to sort of really take in everything as well. How would that make you feel?
It's hard to say, isn't it? Because it's so alien to me. Did that make sense? It's so alien
It makes
to
sense
me.
to me. I've got a really good sort of example of this.
Yeah, okay.
Can I go with this?
Yeah, of course you can.
Right, okay. So one of my hobbies is scuba diving. I love doing underwater videography or photography. Now, the first time I went underwater with a camera, and the camera's got a screen on the back of it, and you swim along looking at the screen and what you're filming, and you film stuff, and then you get out and someone says, did you see all them dolphins?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And no, I didn't. Everybody else was looking at them.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this screen,
Yeah.
which is pointing at a clownfish that
Yeah.
I've seen millions of. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you switch off from everything else around you, and you miss life flying by, and you go and do this, what should have been like an awesome dive, and you actually come out, and then someone says something like that to you, and then you're actually, although you think, oh yeah, I got some really good footage, what you've actually done is missed something even better that's happening.
Yeah. It's a really good analogy.
And for me, when I
Example.
first started doing video work underwater, what I'll always do now is I'll dive it a couple of times first,
Yeah.
so that I've seen everything, and then if there's something worth going to filming, I'll film it. But when I first started doing it, it was literally camera, stare at the screen, swim around like this.
Yeah.
Don't look
Yeah.
at anything else that's going on, because you're concentrating on what you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's my analogy for that, because I missed so much of what was
Do
going
you know
on.
what? I
Yeah,
think that's a problem
it's
for
really good.
a lot of people.
People
these
live their
days,
life
because
like it.
people now will literally go out to do something so they can do a Facebook Live, so they can take a picture for Instagram or whatever. They don't actually enjoy whatever it is that's going on.
Yeah, they're not there for that reason.
Yeah.
They're there to take photo.
Yeah.
They're there to take a photo of their dinner.
I've seen people take photos of their camera photographing a concert before. Like someone videoing through the camera
of a video.
the video. And I'm thinking,
Exactly.
you're watching it and your eyes are there.
Yeah.
And they're videoing it to save
Have
it
you ever
for
watched-
later.
have
But
you ever
it's
seen
that feeling of...
it's like people who film bonfire night on their are they ever going to sit and watch it?
No, of course they're not.
Just
No.
fucking put it back in your just put it back in your pocket
Yeah.
and watch and enjoy it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I agree.
Yeah, pick your kid up, put him on shoulders, and enjoy the fireworks.
Yeah.
Why are you
Your
filming
kid
it?
that's on fire out there.
Yeah.
Stamp him out
Someone's
first.
got hold of the wrong end of the sparkler or something.
Got a rocket in his
Why-
mouth.
Yeah, just put it back in your pocket and enjoy why you're there. The
Yeah.
amount of people who do it at concerts and
Yeah.
events as well.
Yeah.
When you go to events and people
Oh
pull their
yeah, they
phones out and
literally
start filming you.
the
It's
whole
like
event is filmed.
you've just made the event. Number one, whoever's doing the talk, you've put them under like 100 times more pressure.
Yeah.
Although most people might not. I think a lot of
Yeah.
people who do events and that would sort of say, oh, it doesn't
Yeah.
bother me, but it does. When someone shoves, don't matter who you
Yeah.
are, someone shoves a camera in your face, it's
Yeah.
a lot harder to be natural.
course it
Yeah.
is, yeah.
I remember I went to a Jay-Z concert, and there was this
Showing his
this girl there was this girl just like, she was like literally about this far away from me. She spent her whole evening filming another celebrity that she saw. So she was just filming this other celebrity, and she didn't take
Wow.
it.
Lunatic.
Yeah.
And it was like, I just couldn't believe it. I was
Yeah.
just like, how do people live?
So I
their
think it's
life
really
like this?
so going back to
That's a good
the where are we 85?
Yeah,
85,
yeah.
For me, it would be going through life, getting to the end of it, and missing everything that's happened because you're so set in your ways, or you're running around with tunnel vision because you feel like that's what I've got to be doing, and you concentrate so much on that. So people who work like sort of 80 hours a week and don't miss their kids growing up.
Yeah.
People who I don't want to be doing that. I've done that in parts of my life, and I've realised that's not the way forward. But there's so many other things that I hope are going to happen over the next 43 years.
Yeah.
That I don't want to run. I don't want to run past it or miss it.
Yeah.
And I use, missing the dolphins swimming around was a really good sort of thing about being present and just being aware of your surroundings, being aware of what's going on, and taking your time rather than.
So it's being in the moment. It's kind of that power now type of thing. There is a balance though, isn't there, between the power and now? Because you get a lot of people go, I'm living in the moment to get nothing done, and then you get people that, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely nothing done.
Absolutely nothing done because I'm living in the moment, and you think, well, but you'll be living in that same moment in 10 years' time. But there is a balance, isn't there? Yeah. So I kind of worry about the other way.
Yeah,
as well.
So you get to a point where the more you learn, the more that you discover that you don't know, and then the more you sort of unlearn. The more learning you do, the more unlearning. So when you
undo the conditions.
So it's like you're told to set goals, but understanding that these goals shouldn't be your absolutely everything in a certain sense. It's the same with being present. There's being present, and then there's you have to still take action, but be present whilst you're taking the action. So you understand that there's this that there's this balance.
So what would you regret?
So
if you're 85,
the only
having not done.
Yeah. So if my regret at 85 would be that.
From now till then.
So from now until then is if I gave up. That's the only thing I would regret. I've come too far to give up. So regardless of what happens between now and then, I know that I need to just keep going. And where I say keep going, it doesn't mean doing the same thing over and over and over again and getting the same results. It's learning, because it's I can see where I know where I want to be when I'm 85, and I can see it all, and it's just living into that person. So the only thing I would regret is if I completely gave up.
What do you class as giving up?
Yeah.
So giving up,
because over that time, your path is going to change.
Yeah.
So does that mean you've given up on what you thought you wanted, or does that mean it's changed?
Yeah, so
and that's an important thing to recognise, is that because you're not, if you sat here now and you said, right, this time next year I want to be doing this, and by the time we get there we're doing something completely different. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Does that mean you've given up on what you wanted to do, or does that mean it's evolved as you've gone along?
So to me, giving up would be being sort of where I was 2 or 3 years ago, where I just completely didn't put any effort into life. I just sort of, I was completely closed off. I wasn't able to have conversations with my loved ones. I wasn't, I was in a job that was just, not mundane, but I could get halfway through the day and not even realise that I made it there. So for me, giving up would be, stop learning, because there was a long period of my life that I just gave up learning anything new or trying anything different. So for me, it's if I was to give up, trying to stretch my comfort zone, and one of the things I do a lot now is reading, listening to audiobooks. I think I committed to keep doing that for the rest of my life, not just because it's because I want to be at a certain place, but because of what it does for me and what the knowledge that it gives me. I know if I'm not growing, I'm dying, and there was a point in my life already where I was dying, and like I genuinely believe that I had heart problems as well at one stage. I remember there was a lot of stuff that I genuinely I know I was dying. If I carried on that path, there's a good chance I could be dead right now. So but because I made a choice to start living, I made a choice to start doing something with my own life, I've got to where I am now, and I can, as I said, I'm just living into that person. So yeah, for me, going back to the original question, giving up would be that. So
it's
just to
really
stop
interesting,
growing.
isn't it? So yours would be missing everything,
Yeah.
and
Going
mine
through
would
life,
be
going through life like tunnel
yours-
vision. Just
missing everything.
Yeah,
Yours
mine
would be
giving
giving
up.
up, and mine would be not learning how to enjoy anything. And that's trying to. You've got 3 different worries. It's great to have a look at those, so that anyone watching this can look at their main concern.
I think it's different
'Cause I
for
never really
everybody.
thought
I
about that
think it's
before.
different. It'll
Yeah,
be
this-
different
this-
for everybody. And versions of giving up, versions of missing things is going to be a different scale for everybody out there. It's really just it's such a personal thing. It's really
is.
just what what do you consider as your thing?
Yeah. But it's a little exercise like this, going to that point in your life and looking back. If there's one thing that I know everybody would want to do, is go back and do a certain amount of it again. So when you do this exercise, this is your chance. So this part of it is the 85-year-old in you saying, right, I would want to do this differently. I would want to do this again. So go out and do it.
So that's sort of the next question, really, isn't it? So when you're 85, if you could now talk to yourself, what would you tell yourself?
Yeah. I would tell myself to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Stop worrying so much.
Yeah.
You don't get out of it alive. That's what
no.
I'd say. You're not getting out of this alive. So
No,
just go
death
out
and
there.
taxes.
Yeah.
Just go out there, keep going, keep growing. Just see
I
how.
find it
just to see
hard.
how
I
far
can't
you can
even enjoy anything. Like I literally, it's almost like I hold my breath between starting and finishing something.
It's like
Does
that
that make sense?
Alan Watts when he says, life is it's like a piece of music. So you don't rush for a piece of music to get through the end.
No.
You sort of enjoy the whole song, the whole sort of symphony of it.
Although you say that,
But you can speed up an audio bit.
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. Of course, you can speed it up to get to the end.
Worrying, isn't it? We live in a
It's the
world where
journey
you
of
can
it.
speed up an audio
Yeah.
bit.
To be fair, I've got so used to listening to things sped up now on audio. But
Yeah.
Well, that's a good analogy for life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reason. I suppose really it's got a purpose. Speeding it up's got a purpose. I speed them up. And my wife gets in the car and she's like, "This sounds really weird." I'm like, "Yeah, it's running at like times 4 or something." And some people talk so slow. You can do it like times 6 or something.
Yeah.
And it's still understandable. But yeah, so
Like the wife. Yeah, but 85 now isn't. It's like the new 60. You're not that old at 85 now.
Well,
like you were.
but see, there was a thing the other day when they were talking about pensions, when they brought in the original pension, you got your pension at the age of 60, but life expectancy was like 52.
Yeah.
Hang
on a minute.
The idea was by the time you got 60, you weren't going to be capable of working.
Yeah.
You were supposed to. You were considered old.
Especially if you're dead.
So by the same
60-year-old now, they're like
by
in
the
the
same
gym
thing
and-
now, you shouldn't be getting your pension until you're 107.
Yeah.
Because that's like the same
Exactly,
average
yeah.
age plus percentage
Yeah.
thing. So that's people moan that it's gone up 5 years, but life expectancy's gone up like 40 years in that time.
In
So
the last
plus, I
50
don't want to
years.
stop working.
I want to do something. My dad still works and he's 73.
I think the difference is doing stuff you enjoy instead of. I
Yeah,
think for a
yeah.
lot of people who have worked up until the age of 65 or something doing a job they hate,
Yes.
and they've never admitted the fact that they hate it. They've just done it every day, had their packed lunch, and off they've gone.
Yeah.
Sat there in this office moaning in the back of their mind about the job all day, but trying to put on a brave face. If that's you, give us a ring. We'll,
Yeah.
You know,
Can help you out,
we
mate.
can talk to you about that.
Get out!
Look it.
But yeah, people who've done that, then being able to retire, carry on working, doing something they enjoy.
But
rather
yeah,
than
you
something they
get
have to
you
do.
get a lot of people that do that, don't they?
Yeah.
Once they get to retirement, they say, "Oh, I want to go and do something that I want to actually
Yeah,
do."
yeah,
So-
actually want to do it. It's like,
it's
so why didn't you
true.
do that when you were
Yeah,
25?
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this
true,
is
innit?
the part of the conversation we had before as well, when we were saying even if it's an hour a day, like how people say that they want to be a millionaire, they want to do this, they want to do that. Just spend an hour every day doing something towards what you
Step
want to do,
towards it, yeah.
and within a very short space of time, you can be in a completely different space.
Yeah.
People
because-
say they want to be a millionaire and then get home and put EastEnders on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Sorry,
yeah.
stop kidding yourself.
Yeah.
I
that's-
can't think many millionaires would be sat at home watching EastEnders.
Or just TV in general. Sitting
Yeah.
there, people who sit down for the whole evening. There's a thing the other day about in America, the average person watches TV, I think it was 6 hours a day or something. Where? Where do you find 6 hours
You
a day
get
to
home
watch?
at 6 o'clock at night if you're lucky. You leave at 8 in the morning if you're lucky.
And they're
Where's
watching,
them
they must
6
be
hours
watching
come
TV
from?
till midnight.
It's mad.
Yeah.
But it's
Takeaway meals.
That's the average. We got to remember that's made up. The ones who work might only watch it for 4, but the other ones watch all day.
And they're called average because they
Other
don't do
ones,
anything.
The unworking people.
The unworking people.
The unworking people.
It's like the land of the dead. The unworkers.
His words, not mine.
So guys, before you know it, you'll be 85. So what can we leave them with? So
Do this
don't
exercise.
tiptoe to the grave.
Yeah, it'll be very easy to not go below the surface with it and be like, oh, I don't know. Ask yourself, okay?
What it was.
Take yourself to 85 and have that conversation with yourself. A lot can come up, but it's something you will thank yourself for.
Yeah. Remember, you'll be
When you're
deaf
85.
by the time you're 85. So speak up.
Yeah, pardon?
But even if you're 65 now,
Yeah.
there's still plenty of time to do stuff. It's still 20
Yeah,
years,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's still plenty of time to have a think about what.
Everybody, once you start, you're like, oh god, I wish I started this years ago. Start now. Just do it now. Find out
Pick
what
that
it
one
is.
Thing, pick one thing that's going to make
Yeah,
it.
because once you get to that age, that's when you start giving. That's when you start to become present. That's when you start to ask yourself these sorts of questions, and you think, "Oh, it's too late for me to do it now." It's never too late, but start now. Guys, as always, we are Success4 Global on all social media platforms. Like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next week.
That's a good one.
That's a
I feel like I learned something.
I think it was
myself
good
there.
because Mark threw an F-bomb in there, and then people are going to be like, shit,
Yeah,
is that
that's
Gary
a
Vee?
Wait, 18 Roger.
Roger on Union 121. 34, 1 to 34, come in. 4, you're in route to the battery, suspect 318 East 3rd Street.